on the board. Hello and welcome back to the Movie Attic. I'm Mike, and as I've said 16 million times, this is the Attic, where I discuss and review movies, DVDs, Blu-Rays, and 4Ks for all the nice people out there in YouTube land. Finally, this is my July haul video. I know everybody's like, hey, what'd you get? So I thought, instead of doing two separate videos boring everybody to death, I'd just do one and bore everybody to death with making it extra long. So these are all titles I picked up in July, and so I guess jump into the first one. First one I have for you is The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad. Of course, I love Ray Harryhausen, and I love stop motion, and all that fun stuff. And comes with, I guess, a digital code, and the Blu-ray, and the 4K. And of course, they're not spun around right, because this is a very professional show. I did hear that the Blu-ray was not the redone version, but I could be just misremembering something. I have watched it, and it's, you know, it's one of those movies that if somebody said, "Oh, hey, wow, is that in 4K?" I don't think people would say that. Does it look good? Absolutely. Is it the best it's ever looked? Possibly. With a lot of this stuff, unless you have them side by side, you're not going to be able to tell. And I don't watch this movie like every day of the week that I would be able to say, oh, yeah. Well, I will say when it first started, I was like, this looks pretty good. So that's number one on the list, so to speak. Next up, we have a Japanese movie, The Whale God. This is one I had heard about, and this, according to the back, is the first time released in North America. It's only a DVD, and it's, I don't know which way is right for that, but, and there's nothing else inside, artwork-wise. And I did check this out. And of course, it's kind of loosely based on Moby Dick. And for a DVD, I was pretty shocked how good it really looked. And so I was happy to get it. And all this stuff, of course, depends on your TV capabilities, your player's capabilities, when they're upscaling all this stuff. But I thought it looked really good, so that was the second one. Third up, which I won't be able to show off too much because I didn't unwrap it yet, but it's the Steelbook of Howard the Duck. Surprisingly to me, and I learned this a little while ago, not just recently, that this is part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I had never seen it, although I definitely could have, because I'm old enough to have seen it as probably a teenager. So I am looking forward to checking that out. I would imagine it's a pretty strange movie. But since the Steelbook was available and my local Walmart had it, I thought, what the heck. So there's number 3. And number 4 is this 2-movie set, Destination Moon and Flight to Mars. I have quite a few of these Film Master releases, and they're always, I always think they're great. And they actually, even the ones that are 2 movies, and I did spin these discs around, They're on separate discs, which I really like. And they always come with a booklet uh, with all kinds of, vital information that everybody and their grandma and the kitchen sink would like to know. I did start watching, I think it was Destination Moon. It seems like one of those, where something breaks and they have to fix it to get back to, Earth. I can't remember if I showed it back or not. That's how professional I am. But it looked good, and I'll be looking forward to checking that out. And all that sci-fi stuff from the 50s, I think is cool stuff, so it was right up my alley. Next up is Kingdom of Heaven, which this is the Steelbook, and I actually made an unboxing video of this because I had kind of won it as a prize on another person's channel, Mad Marty of Mad Marty's Reviews, and so there's a more detailed showing off of this, I think, in that video. But yeah, I was super excited to get it. I was disappointed when I saw that it sold out, and I like this kind of movie as well, so looking forward to checking this out. I haven't checked it out yet. So last but certainly not least, and I always usually always start the videos with these two companies, Deaf Crocodile and Vinegar Syndrome. So I thought I'd end with them because maybe it's not everybody's cup of tea, and I'd save them for last. And then if you didn't like it, you could just I'm out of here. So first up from Deaf Crocodile is this deluxe set. It's going to be hard to read, of course, because it's white and very glary, but it's The Savage Hunt of King Stoke. I don't know how you pronounce half this stuff. Oh, well, there you might be able, well, I don't know if you'll read it back there. This is one I had passed over and kind of regretted passing over because I usually get most of their stuff. But a channel I watch a lot of every time he puts up a video, Steve for Films. He's like my foreign film guy of sorts. And he had it on one of his videos that it was one he liked. And I generally trust his, you have to know yourself, of course. And then, these don't become so much of a blind buy. But I don't know if I showed either one of this stuff. Boy, oh boy. Well, that's how long it's been since I made a real video, folks. Comes with one Blu-ray disc, and some of this stuff's been coming with these QR codes, but I don't know what they're necessarily for. Has inside artwork, which I don't know how visible that is. It doesn't seem very vibrant of sorts that one would be able to see very well. So I thought, yeah, I better get this deluxe edition before it sells out. And it seemed like Steve from Steve for Films liked it, so very glad to pick that up. Next up from Deaf Croc, and I'm still planning on doing an episode every month specifically geared for Deaf Croc. And I'll go into more detail with the releases and maybe share news that I know of, because they email me with, what's coming out and all that. But first up is this deluxe Cat City edition. And maybe you don't know, I got a membership in July that runs from July to December. And they announced the titles, of course, but they said they were going to be doing a lot less of the deluxe edition, the wider boxes and all that. And they said, well, you know, it was a lot to do, and it'll be cheaper doing it this way with the slipcover edition instead. So I was fine with that, but I did really love those big deluxe box sets. And I will say with these newer releases of Def Croc, they must be doing extremely well. Anyway, it comes with Cat City 2, which this was a previous release with just a single Cat City. There is inside artwork, but boy oh boy, I hate to waste everybody's time. And I can do it on the Def Croc show. But anyway, yeah, they said these things would be cheaper. And like I said, they must be doing extremely well because most of these new releases have been selling out. And you can also get them over at Diabolic DVD. But I believe this slipcover version's already sold out. And the same deal with the next one. I did watch the first Cat City, and I liked it. And it's not for Charles and Vanessa. It's not like Feel a Day, but it's still like more geared like adult themes and stuff like that. But the animation is completely different. Feel a Day was more like a Disney cartoon as far as the drawing. Definitely not the content. But anyway, next up is this double feature. Rival from the Darkness and St. Wenceslas. And this is the limited slipcover edition. Like I said, I believe it's sold out. And I have there was a previous release that had this similar thing. It might even be the same director. At least one of these is silent, maybe both of them. I did stick in the one movie. I believe it was The Arrival from the Darkness. And if you know Def Croc, you know, a lot of this stuff it comes with a booklet that tells you everything about it. And this is the 2-disc, one for each movie, just like Cat City was. Has inside artwork, which maybe I'll show when I do a Def Crocodile episode. But yeah, these books are not bad in length. They're not the thickest books I've ever seen, but I'm sure they're loaded with all the information that you could ever want to know about these films. So, there's the Def Croc releases. Oh, and I believe it was that set that came with, like I always say, the little baseball card-like thing that they send about, you know, that has various movies that they have released in the past. And the postcard, which this one's kind of hard to see because it's, well, I guess it's not too bad, of a group going through the desert, I believe, it looks like. So I'm always happy, you know, just a little bonus stuff like that. And of course, this stuff is always in a box, wrapped to the hilt with padding. I have never gotten anything from them or Vinegar Syndrome that was damaged. And I've been buying from both for at least a couple of years, so take that for whatever you will. Next up is Vinegar Syndrome, which it's not a Vinegar Syndrome title, it's a partner release. It is Tiki Tiki, which I actually reviewed on the channel. I believe it's the only other video I made this month after 23 days or however long it's been. It's got different artwork on the inside, and I go over all this stuff on the regular video of it. Of course, there's the big booklet, or at least a medium-sized one. with all the cool and special stuff you want to know about this here movie. And let's see here, maybe I can spin the disc around for all those playing at home. I was never good at Wheel of Fortune. Anyway, there's the Blu-ray disc. Has the inside artwork, which is the same as the slipcover. Like I said, I reviewed this, I watched it, and actually watched it 4 or 5 times. And it was very enjoyable, looked really good. It was remastered and scanned in 4K, and it's a mixture of live action and cartoon. So, definitely glad I picked that up. And last, I know it's been a long haul for you people, but not least, I picked up this oddball title. And I use that term loosely because maybe you're into this, and I'm into it, or I wouldn't have bought it, obviously. But it is the fantasy of the Dear Warrior, which this is a foreign film, and I like how this is laid out, wide instead of up like this. And this is the classic trope of taking a movie that is damaged and missing some parts and maybe not the greatest of shape and dressing it up to the hilt to make it worth picking up. And I love this inside artwork. I think that is very cool looking. But I will say, like I did say, it is a little rough. And they have a disclaimer at the beginning that yes, it's rough around the edges. Comes with, I think this book's a little thicker than the one for Tiki Tiki maybe. Comes with a book with, I'm sure, all the vital information. And this is one of those movies, oddly enough, and I've been getting a lot of these lately, where you have, and Tiki Tiki has some of this too, where you have people dressed up as animals, almost like Halloween. I do like that they continue the, I guess I could pop the disc out. There's the disc art. I do like how they continue the sideways look, even on the inside, for the inside artwork. So, yeah, very cool. And I did start watching that. Haven't gotten too far into it, and that's a Blu-ray. All these are Blu-rays other than Kingdom of Heaven and Ray Harryhausen and Howard the Duck were all 4Ks. But yeah, I did start watching this, and I thought it was cool. And I grew up, and I've mentioned this many times, I grew up in the 70s. So picture quality, I can live with imperfection. And obviously so can my wife. So I wasn't too distraught over the picture quality. Like I say, it is missing some segments from what I read or saw. But, I thought it was so interesting. And like I said, I loved the artwork and all that. And I wanted to get that slipcover. That's half the thrill of it all. So, until the next episode or the next video, when I'll be hopefully reviewing a movie. That's why I wanted to do all of this at one time. I didn't want this channel to turn into just a haul channel. So if you've picked up any of those titles, or what did you pick up in July, or what did you pick up in general, even recently, leave a comment down in the comment section. Like I always say, I'd love to discuss it. So until next time, when I'm in the attic with something completely different, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.